Thank you very much, Kate, for the great introduction and for the invitation, of course. So glad to be here second time already in the short. So I was here for the opening and installation, and now second time for this super conference. I have to say I really enjoyed the morning presentations, and I hope we can contribute to the great ideas from the morning with our knowledge, practical knowledge, let's say. So you said already a lot about the Arteast 2000 Plus collection. So we founded it in the year 2000, and the idea was already at that time very strategical. So already at the very beginning, the decision to make a collection had embedded the concept of the tool, the collection as a tool. So in 2000, I have to say a little bit about the background of Moderna galerija, which is a National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art. So in 2000, we decided that besides the Slovene national collection of modern and contemporary art, the central national institution needs also the international collection, because at least when we talk about the modernity or contemporaneity, it is the idea, the concept of national collection is in contradiction with both concepts, with the modernity and with the contemporaneity. So when we decided to build the collection, of course, the question appeared: which is this international context? Is the international context something universal? As we discussed this morning, also the differences between at least apparently similar concepts of globalization and universality, and now what is this internationality and so on. So we said there is no such a thing as something like a universal international context. We have to define which context is the most important for us, as for the Slovene cultural situation, seen as a part of former Yugoslav territory, as a part of former socialist countries' territory, and so on. So we said we have to build the collection that is the most relevant for the dialogue of Slovene art. So how to create the dialogue with it was also the title of the first exhibition that we presented already in 2000. So that Kate already listed these different ideas of the concept collection as a tool. So the what Kate listed actually follows the different presentations from the collection. So the first one was about the dialogue between Slovenia and its nearest and most relevant international context, and also with the West. So the subtitle was already the dialogue with the West, because the West was considered as a dominant model, as a hegemonic model of not only of art but also of the institutional models. So, and then we continue to today, to the last presentation of Grammar of Freedom here in Moscow. So we always say wherever we present the collection should comment the situation. So the commentary here is obvious. It's about freedom and the need to redefine the freedom. So why the tool, the collection as a tool, that concept is so relevant today? I think it's it has actually double origins. On one hand, it follows it actually incorporates the institutional critique, which all the relevant museums do today. The museums that want to be democratic or radical. So we follow this necessity to relate to the institutional critique on one hand, and on the other hand, especially in the territory of Eastern Europe, the question of the history became especially relevant, especially the redefinition of the history, the need to revisit the history, so all this re. So it became obvious, maybe more than ever, that history is an instrument. History is a tool. And if history is a tool, then collection is a tool as well. And it has always been, but what is important today is to say it, and to say, yes, we are an institution which is a tool, it's an instrument it can be an instrument for many things. The same goes for collection. But if we know it, and if we decide for this self-reflexive position, then we can also define what kind of tool and for which kind of purposes we want to have our collection. So we decided to, with the collection as a tool, first we try to historicize first the local avant-gardes, post-avant-gardes, that is obvious through the collection, and also Eastern European art, but not at all in encyclopedic way. So we don't present, all the most important artists from the territory of Eastern Europe, all the, relevant styles or whatever. But we decided for specific emancipatory artistic traditions. So this is already the decision. So I think it's always with the museum collections like that. They are never actually encyclopedic, but they try to hide. And today, when we see the dominant, still dominant museum like Tate or MoMA, we see how they present themselves like now today as a global museum. I think there was also a quotation somewhere from the director of Pompidou Center that Pompidou goes globally. So what does it actually mean? It means that these hegemonic institutions, they today try to collect the artworks from all parts of the world, but not because they would like to make an equal dialogue with these cultural different spaces, but because they just want to empower and keep their positions. So our idea of collection as a tool in terms of dialogue went from another perspective. And that perspective, I can name the wish and the decision to try to contribute to more equal dialogue, to more equal exchange of ideas in a global space. It's of course a very, very difficult task, and don't ask me how it goes locally and internationally. So we, of course, are aware how important is locality, how important is to define the priorities of the local space, but at the same time, how important is to link local to local in terms of creating international dialogue. That's why we also initiated a museum confederation in Europe called Internationala that relates to the famous song, of course. So the title is very ambitious, and I have to tell you it is impossible to follow it, but we try to do our best.